Hey guys, Dashing Subtile here, and I am your coach of the Seattle Sigilifts, and today we are going to be doing our draft analysis for the UNPL Academy. So, we are in the Academy League. We were in Maine last season, but we are in Academy because we want to mix up a little bit, and I want to give you guys amazing content. So we are in the academy. Thank you to Danny and all the other admins and commissioners for allowing us to be an academy this season. And let's have some fun, boys. We are in the academy division, which is not really like a downgrade from Maine, but like it's still pretty much to the main level, but it's just a tiny bit under. So it's still really competitive. So yeah, as you guys see in the screen in front of you, we were third pick overall, and our first pick was Gouging Fire, also known as Fuego Beast. Gouging Fire has base 105 HP, 115 attack, 121 defense, 65 special attack, 93 SPDEF, and 91 speed. Gouging Fire has amazing tools like Dragon Dance, Morning Sun. It gets a lot of good coverage like Earthquake, Psychic Fangs, and Stone Edge. It has good stab options in Temper Flare, Raging Fury, and Flare Blitz. And it could also run Heat Crash. It has Dragon Claw. And it has Burning Bulwark, which is a baneful bunker but burns you if you make contact. It is a protect that if you make contact, you get burned, which can be very useful in specific scenarios. This thing can run booster energy, but we're not going to this season. It can run Choice Band, Life Orb, Boots. It can run Helmet for Fizz Def sets to beat some. That could actually be pretty cool. Like it can beat some Fizz Def mons with Helmet, Morning Sun. But yeah, and like Assault Vest could be amazing on this mon as well. I am so excited to use Gouging Fire in UNPL, and I hope you guys will enjoy watching us do well with Gouging Fire. So comes our next mon. I saw this thing was allowed to terrestrialize, and so I knew I had to snag it round 2. And that, my friends, is Terra Venusaur. Now, why is this thing allowed to Terra is beyond me, but we have Terra Venusaur. Our Terra types on this Venusaur, we could only choose 3 Terras on each Terra Captain, and they could equal 18 points. So Venusaur was 12 points. So our Terras on Venusaur are Grass to boost our grass moves. We do not need Poison because Venusaur actually got Poison Jab this gen. So it would not need to run Terra Blast, Terra Poison for physical coverage. So that's fun. We chose Terra Grass to boost our grass moves. We chose Terra Fire for Weather Ball to boost our Weather Balls and Sun, and if I do not want to run, if I don't feel like running Weather Ball, I can run Terra Blast Fire, which is more consistent. And our last Terra is Terra Ground, which can help with Earthquake and Earth Power from this Pokemon. This mon gets access to Chlorophyll as its main ability, which is it doubles its speed and Sun, which is really good. This thing also gets tools like it gets Knockoff. I believe it still has Knockoff. It gets Roar, it gets Toxic, it gets Sludge Bomb, it gets Acid Spray, Grassy Glide, and you can run Manual Sunny Day on this mon if you need to, but yeah. This mon is really, really good as a Terra Captain. You can run Swords Dance, you can run Growth, you can run like with Terra Blast and like Synthesis. Defensive Synthesis sets can be fun. But yeah, that's gonna be Venusaur. Our Terra types once again are Grass, Fire, and Ground. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy that Terra Captain for us. I know I'm going to enjoy using Terra Venusaur a lot with having base 80 speed with Chlorophyll is ridiculous. And because we have Gouging Fire that has Photosynthesis and Sun, and we have Venusaur that also relies a lot on Sun, we decided to go with our next mon being Torkoal. Volcano our Torkoal. So what does Torkoal do? Well, it's pretty simple. It has this ability called Drought, which sets up Sun on entry. That's what we needed, right? Yup, that is exactly what we needed. This mon gets access to a lot of good utility moves like Stealth Rock, Rapid Spin, Clear Smoke to prevent setup opportunities, Body Press. This thing gets Lava Plume to potentially burn opponents. Gets Stealth Rock, gets Will-O-Wisp, Yawn to status the opponents. It gets Solar Beam for opposing waters. And it's really, really good. I am really excited to use Torkoal, and if we have a matchup for Trick Room, we could run Eruption, but I doubt that's going to ever happen. And another good move on Torkoal is Earth Power. So yes, I do like the options Torkoal has this matchup in every... I just like Torkoal has so many utility options because its initial purpose is to just set up Sun. The items it's gonna mainly use are either Rocky Helmet, Heavy Duty Boots, or Heat Rock to get 8 turns of Sun instead of 5. But yeah, I'm really excited to use Volcano the Torkoal on our team for UNPL, pairing with Venusaur and Gouging Fire. Our next one that we decided to get. I decided to get a Water type. But like a more of a defensive Water type. And I also decided to get a Steel. Which, if you guys know, there's only one mon in the game that has that typing, and that is Empoleon. Napoleon the Empoleon. Empoleon got a lot of good moves this generation. It has competitive now as its main ability. It can also use Torrent, but competitive, if any one of its stats drop, it gets a +2 special attack boost, which can be devastating for the opponents if they cannot answer it. Empoleon has good tools like Haze, it has Knockoff, it has Roost, it has Flip Turn, it has Stealth Rock, it got Triple Axle for some reason with Swords Dance and Wave Crash, so that can be useful. But yeah, mainly, Empoleon is mainly just here to be a good, this thing is Vacuum Wave. Like, this thing can be a good slow pivot. I wanted a really good slow pivot with Empoleon. Because, if we can get a slow pivot, we can bring in Gouging Fire or Venusaur. If we're under Sun already. I don't think Empoleon learns Sunny Day. Yeah, he does not, which is okay. But, Empoleon has a lot of great options. Mainly like Flip Turn, Flash Cannon, Surf, because it unfortunately lost Scald. But I would rather take Roost and Flip Turn over Scald, personally. But yeah, I'm really excited to use Empoleon. It also has Roar to phase out threats, which also has Haze for. And yeah, like just having a Water Steel with 84 HP, 88 defense, and 101 Spadef. This thing can be like a Spadef wall, or like this can be like a Spadef wall, or like a very slow pivot, pretty much. That's Empoleon for you guys. Now our next mon that we decided to get pairs Empoleon perfectly, and that is none other than Alucard the Gliscor. So, Alucard. How does this pair Empoleon perfectly? Well, let's think about it. What are Empoleon's weaknesses? Electric, Gliscor is immune. Fighting, Gliscor resists. Ground, Gliscor is immune. And what is Gliscor weak to? Water, Empoleon resists. Ice, Empoleon resists. And Gliscor gets a lot of amazing tools. It has Poison Heal with Toxic Orb, which is its main set. It can run Protect because it unfortunately lost Roost, so it's forced to run Protect to get Toxic Orb recovery from Poison Heal. It gets Knockoff, it gets Earthquake, it gets U-Turn, it gets Spikes this generation. So like it's like basically just think of this. We go into Empoleon, we click Rocks, then we flip. We go into Gliscor, that's Spikes. You may want to defog, right? Well, we have an Empoleon with competitive. I don't think you want to defog. So yeah, we have a lot of, like, this one gets Tailwind, gets Taunt, Swords Dance, Rocks, Spikes, Knockoff. Gliscor just has so many options. It has Crab Hammer for some reason. It has Dual Wing Beat. Like, Gliscor is just really good. I personally have never really used Gliscor ever, so I'm genuinely excited to see how I can use it this season of the UNPO. Our next one that we decided to get in the UNPO is none other than Hatterene. Now, Hatterene, I thought Hatterene was fine on this team. It bounces back hazards, which is very nice. It bounces back my opponent's hazards, which is honestly very nice for our team. With Magic Bounce, can also bounce back Thunder Waves, Toxics, Will-O-Wisps, anything that's a status, it bounces back. This thing gets access to utility moves like Baton Pass, Healing Wish, Mystical Fire, Nuzzle, and Pain Split. But the main reason why I got Hatterene is it is a fairy type that has fire coverage and mystical fire and can Baton Pass. Because if we bring in Hatterene, we Baton Pass. As they bring in their steals, we go into our gouging fire and kill something. That's like a route we could go. And as of right now, my team is not too dependent on Sun, which is amazing. Hatterene gets things like Healing Wish, Dual Screens, Psychic Noise, gets Dazzling Gleam, but it just uses Dazzling Gleam because it did not get Alluring Voice for some reason. It has Trick and Trick Room, so Trick Room Torkoal could potentially be a thing, but I doubt we ever bring that. This thing gets just amazing moves. It gets Dazzling Gleam, Draining Kiss, it gets Calm Mind, it gets Calm Mind Keyberry with Draining Kiss can be very scary in specific matchups if the opponent is not prepped for it. But yeah, that's Hatterene. Hatterene's a really good mon. I cannot wait to use Mad Hatterene. That's a funny name because I named it Mad Hatterene because like Mad Hatter, but Mad Hatterene was 12 letters, so it just fit. So, our next mon that we decided to get, we had a lot of points left over. So I decided, you know what? Nah, we're gonna use a lot of points. And that is going with our next pick, which is none other than Awakened the Walking Wake. Now, I have Gouging Fire. I have Walking Wake. I do not get Raging Bolt. I'm just gonna say now I do not. But I have Gouging Fire and Walking Wake now. Now, you might be like, but Sep, you have two water types in Empoleon and Walking Wake. It's okay, boys. And it's okay, guys, and here's why. What are Walking Wake's weaknesses? Dragon, Fairy, Empoleon's which is into both. Walking Wake gets Flip Turn, gets Knockoff, so it releases Empoleon from that jump specifically. But like this thing can be a good choice spec set with Hydro Steam. Draco Meteor with Knockoff, it gets Flip Turn. Like this thing can do whatever. This thing's honestly really amazing. This thing can run Dragon Dance with Knockoff for like the Slowking matchup. And yeah, I am honestly really excited to try Walking Wake because I have not used Walking Wake since I used it in one league that was a showdown league, and I could Terra it only into Fairy, and it got like 21 kills. So like, Walking Wake with Terra is broken, obviously, but like, I know I can't Terra, but I'm genuinely just excited to see how well I can do with this mon. With Hydro Steam being boosted in Sun, Knockoff, Flip Turn, Draco, with Photosynthesis, this thing's just gonna be a monster. I am honestly really excited to use Awakened. I love that name. That is my favorite name in this entire on our team. Awakened. It's such a fun name. Awakened, because it puns the wake in Walking Wake. But yeah, I thought that name since the first time I drafted, and it was just amazing. But yeah, our next mon was going to be a Alolan Persian, but I got sniped. I'm gonna say that again. I got sniped of an Alolan Persian. Who does that? I got sniped of an Alolan Persian, which I just find to be hilarious. So, I look at what's left on the board. I have tons of points left. So I look and see what's on the board, and I see a Dark type is still on the board. So as of right now, our fastest mon was Walking Wake at base 109, because we had Walking Wake, then it went to Gouging Fire it went to Gliscor at 95, then Gouging Fire at 91, which wasn't great. But I wanted a faster mon, and that is our next mon, which I cannot believe lasted this long, and that is Weavile. Now, Weavile. This mon got Triple Axle back. This mon has Knockoff. This mon has Sword Stance. This mon can run Icicle Spirit Lower Dice. This thing can run SD Taunt. It has access to Throat Chop for Sylveon matchup. It has access to. It can be a good choice Bandmon with Triple Axle, Choice Scarf. This is our fastest mon on our team, which is a base 125 speed, which is honestly amazing as our elite speed tier. We have 125 as our fastest mon, which is honestly fun because it honestly helps Walking Wake speed tier, because Alolan Persian would have been 115. This is 125, and I paid a lot of points, but I still have a good amount of points for 2 mons left. I'm just double checking how many points I did after. I had 3 points after Weavile. I had 3 points left after Weavile. And but Weavile got baton passes this generation, which is amazing. It usually runs Pressure, which is fine. It has Ice Spin. It gets Ice Shot for a priority. Fake Out. It gets Taunt, SD. It can run X's or Aerial Ace. But yeah, Weavile is a really, really, really good mon. And it's Poison Up for the fairies too. So Weavile is an amazing mon, and I cannot believe I got this late. And I am excited to use Weavile in the UNPL. Our next mon. So as you see, Weavile is my only Ghost Resist. That's not happening. We got Komala. Komala is another one of our Terra captains, which is really fun. It's one of our Terra captains. So Komala can Terastallize into the normal, the water, and the fairy types, which is really good for it. It gets access to moves like Play Rough for fairy. It gets some Knockoff. It gets Sucker Punch, U-Turn, Wish. It gets some Ice Spinner. It gets Bulk Up. But the main thing about Komala is it cannot be status by anything outside of things with Mold Breaker. I almost chose Terra Ground over Terra Water there to boost Earthquakes, but I chose Terra Water because it can be a good defensive typing, and Terra Fairy is just really good on this mon. This mon gets, like I said, this mon gets U-turn, it gets Yawn, it gets Super Fang, like this thing, and like Sucker Punch, but also Rapid Spin to remove hazards, so Torkoal is not forced to remove hazards. But yeah, I'm genuinely happy to use Komala on this team. It fits really, really well. And yeah, I'm genuinely excited to use Komala on this team for the UNPL. Our next mon that we decided to grab, we had 1 point left. So, I felt it was necessary to get the 1 point mon, which is none other than the Kricketune. The Kricketune. So, Kricketune. He's also Terra Captain. I just didn't have room to put the T in his nickname, but he's also Terra Captain. We can terrestrialize Kricketune into the Bug, the Ground, and the Ghost types. Ground is to prevent any like Volt Switch shenanigans on Kricketune. Although we have a Ground type in Gliscor, it's not the best because it is time for weak to ice. So that is something. We get Terra Blast Ground can hit the steels. We are also Terra Ghost mainly because to prevent Rapid Spin, and like we're forced to stab type, so we just do Terra Bug because we're a bug type. This thing gets access to Sticky Webs, which is its main niche. Gets Knockoff. This trying to got Baton Pass, so we can pivot out into Gouging Fire, Weavile, whoever. We can go into a better mon. Perish Song, Taunt, Swords Dance, Trailblaze with Technician can be strong. Bug Bite, Terra Blast, you name it. It's honestly very, very niche that we ever use this as a Terra Captain, and we only use it as Sticky Webber because that's his main purpose. Like Focus Sash is using this mon a lot, but like yeah, that is our team for the UNPL Academy. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and week 1 is going up next Thursday, so keep on the lookout for that. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, my subtitle squad, and to everyone else that's watching, thank you.